welcome to Foam Rolling 101. Alright, you might not have a foam roller now, but it's all good. If you have a PVC pipe or something like that, you'll be able to use it. If you don't have that, and you have a pizza dough roller, you can actually use a pizza dough roller. Won't be able to use it for the exact movements I'm about to show you, but you'll be able to kind of like, roll out literally your thighs, your hamstrings, quads, etc. Have somebody else do your back. So I always start by working on the glute. All right. The way I do it normally is I like to isolate the muscle group, and not only that, I like to split that muscle group up in thirds. So I'll first start by doing the upper third, and just, doing the glutes right now. So I'm doing the upper third of the glutes. All right. After I start, especially when you're sore, you're gonna need to really ease into it, or if you're really tight. Then I move to the middle third. Middle third. Then I go to the lower third. All right. From there, both feet off the ground. I'm doing the upper third of the hamstrings. Just reposition myself. Use your hands as support. Upper third of the hamstrings. Middle third of the hamstrings. And then lower third. So the glute is one thing, but when it comes to these longer muscle groups, after I do the third, each third, then I like to go and roll out the entire length of the muscle. Okay, from there, I work my way down again to the calf. So with the calf, I always position myself, I just find it easier this way. I position myself with one of the feet around the floor right next to the foam roller, lift my hips up, right? And now I'm kind of just rocking back and forth, doing the upper third of the calf. You're gonna need to continuously reposition yourself. Middle third, and then the lower third. All right, something else I like to do with the calf, as you can see, my foot's straight up. I like to twist it to the side. That way I get the side of my calf, the medial part of the calf. This is a common tight aspect of the calf muscle. Lots of people have tight calves because they don't stretch them ever. But the medial calf always seems, which is just the middle inside of the calf, that always seems to be very tight. So I like to lean my foot in, twist it in, I should say, and then work my way there. After you do all thirds, do the full length of the muscle. You could even twist your foot to the outside and kind of hit your anterior tibialis or your shin. All right, if you're a runner, you get shin splints and stuff. This is one that you should do to kind of help prevent that. I won't do the other leg, but you just saw me. So I did the glutes. Then I isolated each leg. Okay? I'm gonna stick with the foam roller on the glutes here. What you're going to do is you're going to rotate to the side. Okay? And now you're going to work on your glute medius. All right? Which is just the side of the buttocks. All right, this one, you'll need to twist and turn and roll more to one side than the other. The key is you're looking for spots that are tender or sore or kind of hurt. And you kind of just want to like hold it there and just work that area out. That's very, very key when you foam roll. It's not necessarily supposed to feel good. The purpose of it is to break down the muscle, the tissue, the fascia, and promote blood circulation, improve blood flow, to kind of help aid in recovery and removing muscular restrictions. All right. Now, this is kind of a challenging one. So I'm going to show you, I'm just repositioning myself, so I'm still doing the same thing. All right? To get the rest of the side of the leg or the IT band, right? What I do is I step over, I reposition my hands like I'm in a push-up, and then I rock back and forth, okay? So to show you from the side, I step over, hands forward, and now I'm rocking back and forth. All right, upper third, middle third, lower third. Once you finish that, you're going all the way up and down. All right, inside of the thigh is also kind of a tricky one. So this is foam roller straight. You're going, depending on what side, so I'm going to do the right leg first. I'm going to have the foam roller straight. I'm just going to move the back end of the foam roller to the same side that I'm about to do. From here, you're going to place the side of your knee, the inside of your knee, right on the foam roller. You're going to move your hands in front of the foam roller so it's not in the way, and you're just going to rock back and forth off the side. You'll kind of figure out a groove. This might be very tight. My body weight is actually on the floor because I'm a little sore, and that is bearable. If I take the weight off and now my leg is not on the floor, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So that's how you roll the back side of your hips, or your legs, I should say, and each side. Front, you want to start at the very top of the hip. Right? Same thing with this. Lean to a side, but you're still in the front. So you're going to kind of just isolate the leg. So I'll do the right one first. The hip flexors are a very small muscle group at the very top, so it's not that much of a range of motion. This one, you're more so just kind of hanging out on that muscle, and you're just rolling back and forth, ever so slightly. All right. Then you're going to move to the upper third of the thigh, just the right side. Middle third. My left leg is not on the foam roller. It is on the floor. I have it off. If you obviously completely lifted your leg off the ground, that'll make it very difficult. You're going to do the upper third. I'm sorry, the lower third. And then the full thigh. Okay? You'll then go to your left side and work that. That is how you do the entire lower body stretch. Let's check the time, 6.5 minutes. Wow, already. All right, so upper half. Position it just like you did for the glutes. Now what you're going to do, you're going to roll out the lower third of your low back. All right, this one might hurt for some. And with each position, each muscle group, I should say, you have to roll it for at least 30 seconds, but you can literally do it for as long as you want. So I like to go minimum 30 seconds, but you could go up to a couple minutes per muscle group, depending on how sore you are. It's just going to help you feel better. So lower third, middle third, and then up. When I do my upper back, I like to put my arms out to the side, and I like to exhale. I take a big, I'm talking, so it's difficult for me to do that, but I take a big deep breath in, and then I start to move back and forth as I'm exhaling. You'll feel your back start cracking in all different places. So I lift my hips up, and this is how I apply more pressure to my back. If I didn't want as much pressure, you can leave your hips on the ground and just rock back and forth that way. All right, so that's pretty much how you get your back. But of course, you can roll more to one side, kind of isolate an angle. your lats. You're going to put this on, you're gonna go on your side, you're gonna put your armpit on the foam roller. I always like to hold this position for like 30 seconds and just let that weight of your body kind of just press into your armpit. Lean back just a hair, kind of rock back and forth. When you find those spots that are a little tender, just, the foam roller is barely moving. You're just rocking back and forth. All right, putting all your body weight on your lat on a foam roller is going to be a very difficult thing to do, especially early on. So I would ease into it. I would keep your body weight on the floor and just kind of slide back and forth off the floor. So with that being said, you can do it on the carpet. It's just, it might give you some type of friction. You do your lats that way, and then you just roll to the front, and the same thing for your chest. All right, but for the chest, I'm just gonna grab a mat for my knees. For the chest, I like to kind of go on my knees. That way I have more control. And work into it. Just dig deep, dig in deep. Okay? So, obviously once you do one side, you do the other side. If you do a complete total body foam rolling session, you're holding each muscle group for 30 seconds at least, really taking your time. It can definitely take you 15, 20 minutes even to do it, but foam rolling is absolutely amazing. Again, I kind of said the benefits already, but it improves your range of motion. It kind of removes the muscular restrictions that you have by breaking up the tissue, the muscle tissue, and the fascia. And it also improves recovery by promoting blood circulation, which clears out all the metabolites that build up when you become sore, and just kind of helps aid in recovery. And this is also how you can become, this in addition to stretching, is how you become more flexible in your joints, which will help you perform better. Okay? One thing I did not know early on was the colors of the foam rollers matter. Okay? The white foam rollers tend to be softer. They're still foam, but they tend to be softer. Blue is kind of like a middle of the road. Black is the firmest. So there are different types, and of course brands vary, but that's typically the commonality that I found in colors across foam rollers. And then again, you could have your hand foam rollers, handheld foam rollers, or you could use a pizza dough roller. But this is how you would roll out the thighs. Obviously, you can do your calves, use the calves and hamstrings. You could even lay out the side. Do the side of your head, outside, inside. So you can really hit with the handheld. You can absolutely hit your entire lower body. It's just the upper body that makes it a little complicated. You can definitely get creative, kind of go behind the back and just rock back and forth. So you can definitely do it. You can hit the traps like that. So there's definitely a lot of creative ways you can go about doing it with the handhelds, but you could also use a PVC pipe. All right. That is basically how you foam roll. Let me know if you have any questions, and I would be more than happy to show you some additional things you can do for foam rolling.